Alrighty. Good afternoon, folks. This is a rare after work workout for me because I got off early due to some hazardous weather conditions, so figured might as well get a workout in. Want to work with the sandbag today. One of the things that I've noticed with this shift into like air quote better hinging, correctives, etc. I've my I've noticed more mid back muscular soreness, like in a good way. Um, and kind of want to keep working on that. One of the things that I've had to deal with is like this kind of like I'll have to just feel like I need to crack my neck because like my left side feels tight. I don't feel like I've been doing that as much recently. And again, it's just this whole uh glad that I kind of found this out while I could. So we're gonna do like a decent amount of front rack holds or try to, some hinging and squatting type motions with the bag, but it's mostly going to be on that emphasis of can I get the bag up to here, hold it, good core stability, this, that, and the other. So we're not going to do it via intervals, right? We're just going to kind of go by feel. So I know last time I tried this clean type motion, it did not work for me. So instead, what we are going to do is just kind of fall over. All right, sit into it, sit into it. I thought I saw a cat. Turns out he was behind me. So, possibly the hardest thing there is just the breathing. Because there's, doesn't matter how you try and organize it, there's still 100 pounds sitting on your chest. So, you're gonna catch your breath, go for a couple more marches, but it was a really good like core. Felt my mid back kind of hold me up a bit, but I am gonna try and get my maybe arms up a little higher so that it's not sitting as much on my chest. And or maybe we try and hold it lower as well. Let's very again, just kind of catching our breath first. But as I started my marches, I saw Mr. Bones coming down the stairs, and I'm like, he's not very smart. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like sitting directly underneath the sandbag, just being like, meow, please pet me, meow. So, okay. We're gonna give it another minute, and we shall repeat the same process. I was given these shoes a while ago. They're kind of a barefoot style, I'm gonna say a water shoe. I think they might have been initially bought as like a hiking shoe, but didn't want to take my socks off because my feet are cold or chilly, and I knew I wanted something with some grip while I'm doing the sandbag work. Don't want my foot slipping out from under me. So that was the choice for wearing something. Yes. Just to have something on my feet today rather than bare feet like I normally do. Okay. So here we go again. into it. There's one hand. So the breathing is definitely easier. Keeping the weight a little higher, but that's still 100 pounds I'm not used to having sitting here. I'll probably go for one more round. Maybe keeping it down a little lower. You may do some bear hug type stuff. Maybe some grip work. But the main thing I wanted to do today was some holds up high. So that was good. Alright, we're gonna give it another 30 seconds or so. And instead, we're gonna try and hold it down low while we do our marching. And we'll see which one felt the best from a breathing standpoint. All right. So it's definitely a toss-up. Down here is definitely harder because I felt like it was more taxing on my arms. I wasn't bad on the breathing, but I think if I had to pick a position up here, felt the best. All right. All right. All right. Letting our heart rate come down, letting our breathing come back. definitely using more breath based rest as a time frame rather than like, oh, let me rest 2 to 3 minutes. It's like, nope. Once I feel like I've actually caught my breath, I'm starting to get a little bored. You know, sure, I'll use the Fitbit as a frame of reference, but you know what? I set this up vertically, thinking I was going to bear hug it from like a squat position, but I realized that maybe it's better for me to get a little lower. Huh. Interesting. I can hear an ice cream truck. Brave choice to be out there right now. Okay. We're actually gonna lay that down. And flipping it. Okay. So we're basically gonna try and deadlift, bear hug, good morning, hinge, something. This big old guy. There. So that came up very suddenly. All right. All right. All right. I'm starting to get a lot more tired. Haven't done sandbag work in a while. But I was not expecting the sandbag to like pop off the ground like that compared to like how I used to struggle with it a little more. Me kind of getting that leg drive back. We're focusing a little more on leg drive seems to be helping in a variety of things. All right, so this is where, right, I went from 1 or 2 syllables, 1 to 3 words, to now I can make longer, more complete sentences. So I'm getting less and less fatigued. So again, it's not just about like 2 minutes on the dot, 3 minutes on the dot. Sometimes you gotta give yourself a little more time, right? So what I'll probably work on next is a suitcase hold on both arms, and maybe we'll see if we get 1 or 2 reps of that. And then after that, we'll finish out with like a farmer's carry with holding it in front of me. So I guess a deadlift, hang, hold, something for time. Alrighty. John. Okay. So ballpark 15-second hold. Will not lie that you know, towards the end there, I probably was like 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. But it's wild that, you know, there's people out there who can do that for like a minute or 2 minutes. That is again something else where like getting back into dead hangs as a corrective, you know, getting this grip and postural work more as a corrective or an accessory. So, because again, as soon as I held that weight, it was like boom, left obliques really firing. Remind myself to like look up, because again, if I kind of look down, it brings my hands down and forward. If I look up, all right, just as soon as I go from here to here, all right, my hands come back a little bit, and the thought being that this may be far away from my center line, this is closer, so air quote, this may be lighter here than up front. Okay. Very interesting. I felt like I got, ooh, like from a mental count, closer to 30 seconds. So, very interesting that it was like double the time of my right. I don't know how well the camera picked it up, but I felt my weight, you know, being pulled over to my left foot. So then I'd have to remind myself to shift over to my right. So I do want to try a second set of, or you know, second repetition on the right arm to see if there's something to adjust by like getting a better weight shift. So, because again, that was very interesting that, you know, my left arm I don't consider my stronger arm, but my right arm definitely gave out sooner. All right, we'll give it another minute, and then we'll head over and then we'll do our second repetition on the right arm. And again, maybe my right arm is just weaker. Such, you know, I need to do some more corrective type stuff on my right arm, right shoulder to close that gap. If it was like 15 seconds and 18 or 20, sure, but like double the amount of time seemed inaccurate, or just like something seems off there. All right. So That was a big jump. So just by getting a little technique change, a little bit of a weight shift, went from 15 seconds to 40. So, wild. All right. So we'll do one more rep on the left arm. Finish out with a two-handed hold, and that'll be it. But again, wild that, you know, one, a little practice, two, just like a simple shift can nearly triple my time. So maybe if you're struggling with the lift, maybe you are working too hard and you just need to step back from it and air quote, just, you know, do better. Okay. So again, a little better. Not as good as my right, but I think I also did not. I think I did a lot more like arm lifting than deadlifting. All right, we'll give it at least 2 minutes. And then we'll do one more hold for as long as possible. Figure 2 minutes should be enough to let the left hand recover. Again, I am using my breathing to adjust accordingly. Yeah, that feels good. Alrighty. So 2 minutes seem to be adequate. So again, we're just going to hold this for as long as we can, and that'll be a day. Now my hands are starting to burn. Okay. So I could have probably held on a little more, but it was literally just like the fabric was just pulling on my skin in a bad way. But I think I got close to about 3 minutes of holding that, and it felt good. Yeah, that callus is definitely sensitive. So that was a different, decent workout. If you did what I did, great. You did your own thing, great. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you. It's what we're here to do, help each other be a little better every day. So, good job today. Keep working hard, and we will see you next time.